Hey everyone, welcome back to the Inktober drawing series. This is drawing number 6. And today we have character B that I mentioned yesterday for the story I'm probably going to get to writing in November. She is the partner and kind of not bodyguard, but if he is the mental character, she's more the physical character. For the partnership between the two characters. And, yeah, so I mentioned yesterday that when you have a character, you tend to want to pose them and you kind of want to pose them, position them, put them in some sort of environment that supports their concept, at least for initial character drawings. And in this character's case, she's a fighter. The character yesterday was an investigator. She's more of the warrior type. I wouldn't really say straight up fighter. I'd almost say something weird like a fighter rogue combo would work for her. Almost a monk, but without the ascetic parts. Sort of the fighting character who's more reliant on cleverness and almost items. See, I say fighter rogue, and that's not so much like fighting head on and then sneak attacks. I'm thinking more of just taking advantage of used magic weapon, even though this isn't a magic setting at all. It's strictly speaking sci-fi, and it's in the real world. So. Just in the far future, so there's no magic, but whatever the equivalent of that would be, like an artificer almost, but that can fight. Just a character that has a lot of tricky stuff. Almost Batman-like, but a lot of characters considered Batman-like given the circumstances. I mean, I mentioned the character yesterday was a perception-based character. Yeah, you can kind of turn that into Batman in a way. This character's more about having some sort of tricky handy thing on the old utility belt, pulling that out and using that to help her disable a target. And that's also why I almost hesitantly use the phrase bodyguard, even though she isn't really a bodyguard. And muscle doesn't work as well because it makes her sound dumb. It's more of... she's the physical. Other characters, the mental, she's the physical. And yeah, it's gonna be a trio, so if the character yesterday would be... I don't remember which one's the id, the ego, and the super ego. I can never keep it straight. But in the Freudian trio, you have essentially a character that is heavy emotions. You have another character that is heavy intellectualism. And then you have a third character who's the middle ground between them. So it's essentially Kirk, Spock, McCoy. You have Kirk, he's the balance. Spock, intellectual. McCoy, emotion. So this character would probably be the Kirk. Because the character yesterday would be the intellectual. The character tomorrow is going to be the emotional. So this character would be our balance for our Freudian trio. She's very practical. She's very, I wouldn't say in the streets, but yeah, she is very down to earth, even though the story's not on Earth. So, for her character, we have her in this, like, she's pulling out a weapon. It's non-lethal, because she's not a killing type. She's a Law and Order type. It'd probably be some sort of stun baton, ultimately, since we're saying kind of tricky and techy. She's posing up, and before anyone says anything, I know her left arm looks like it's broken in the middle, and you hear me clicking around a little bit right now, and that's me pulling out a pen, because I'm obviously looking at the finished product, and I'm like, oh, there's a place I can go in and throw in some quick little snippets of detail here and there. for her. And one of them was fixing her arm. And she's actually, this is the first drawing I've broken out the Presto pen to correct an actual error in the drawing and not just go into like tick in a little detail in a black area here and there. I've actually used it, I think, twice on here. So yeah, I'm gonna angle it so I can see the shine. 3 times. I used the Presto pen 3 times to get some fixing in there to white out some poorly placed line work. And I don't want to over rely on it, obviously, but it is a really handy thing to have, to be able to just throw down just a tiny bit of whiteout to fix up a crummy bit of perspective, and then to make sure her arm doesn't look like it's broken in the middle. Middle of her forearm looks like it's broken a bit. And I should probably rescan her image then as well, because I actually scanned this in already to throw on the video, so I'll probably rescan it so it doesn't look broken in the final thing, and you guys will be able to see that. So yeah, her character is more fightery. So we got her in a pose that's very fightery, even though her hand actually, here's a little bit, I'd probably go in, maybe with the Presto pen I'll do it, but I probably shouldn't have put black gloves with the black vest behind it. Works fine on her right hand, doesn't work so much on her left hand, so her hand gets a little lost, but yeah, I'd probably just go in, maybe put a little highlight on top. I could do that after I record this. I don't want to fidget and draw a lot during me trying to talk about this thing while organizing my thoughts. I mean, it's bad enough when I try to do this while I play a game. Yeah, I'd maybe go in the background. Like, my only criticism for myself, I have that tree in the background, which isn't that bad. I don't think the tree's drawn yet in the drawing. I don't know yet, because I have to record these things with the video not on. But, yeah, there may be a few little things, like a couple more pieces of, organic stuff in there. I know it's a city, and a lot of this is a cityscape, so that doesn't, fly sometimes. But, yeah, you can have trees and bushes and flowers and all that sort of stuff in here. So maybe throw, some more organic things in there. I don't know. It's one of those things, I got some pretty basic buildings in there too. They could maybe be a little more visually interesting. But sometimes, like, you can have boring buildings in the background. They're pretty towery. Nothing like the gothic crazy crap I had yesterday. So, yeah, it works pretty well. I like this one too. I like these two. I think the hatching undercoat, I'd maybe not do as heavy-handed. Could have probably done it as hatching where there would be a highlight or a shadow. Or both. And then, not hatch across the whole thing. And then I have this poster in the background that's like a torn up poster. I don't know what I'd actually put on it. That would be something where if I were coloring these in Photoshop, I would actually go in with another image and plop that in there. I'd probably make it a joke or a reference to something in world. Yeah. Definitely one of those two things. Maybe do a little design work on the bridge some more, but I don't mind the bridge. It's that's where you get sort of organic shapes without actually having a piece of organic material in there. So otherwise, it came out pretty nice. And I think that's actually gonna be able to cover my ramblings for this one. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please check out my Patreon. You can also look up my gaming channel. Links are in the description below. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.